Welcome to the Marketing Strategy Show. I'm Cordelia Kate, and this is a live interactive show that I run every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Each week, I teach one clear marketing strategy that you can actually use in your business. Everything I share on this show comes with practical tools, downloadables, all inside our brand new space called the Strategy Lab. I'm giving you step-by-step guides, checklists, everything you need to implement every single strategy that I'm sharing here. And you can come and get inside for free with a free 7-day trial, and then come say hi, drop in the comments that you're here with me live. If you're on the replay, give me a hashtag replay, and I will see you in a second. Hey, I'm Cordelia Kate, and today I'm going to make a case that might annoy some people, because you don't need a content strategy. You do not need a content calendar. For some people, that might be a relief. And you don't need to batch 47 reels on a Sunday afternoon. You just need one live show, 1 hour a week, and everything else flows from that. And one live show, if you run one every week, that can become your YouTube video. It can become a podcast. It can become a blog post. It can become social clips. It can become emails to your email list. Absolutely everything you need can come from that one thing. Bear with me 1 second. I think. There we go. Sorry, I was just muting Jennifer. Anyway, absolutely everything that you need can come from that one live show that you do. And today, I'm going to be walking you through my entire live show strategy. It is major. It's a big old beast, but it's really simple. And if you want to DIY it, this episode is going to be all you need to launch, build, run your own live show, which will give you all the content you need. But not only that, it's going to bring you in a constant stream of sales as well. And look, in a world where your audience's feed is wall to wall with AI generated slop, a live show is proof that you're real, because the truth is you can't fake live very easily. You just can't. I'm real. I'm not a fake AI person, and I'm here with you in the chat. I can see that we've got Lockdown Risk 1354 here watching. Hello, we've got Maureen. Hey, Maureen. Guys, if you're here with me live, drop it in the chat. Let me know. Let's make this interactive. I've currently got the dog over there trying to dig a hole in the sofa. I don't know what he thinks he's going to achieve. So if you can hear that, that's Pedro. And we're here live, and you just can't fake live very easily. And honestly, the human element of your content is the thing that is most important. It's most important now. It's going to be even more most important moving forwards. We are at the beginnings of this AI revolution. And I'm telling you, we are just absolutely overwhelmed by perfect, polished content. I've been saying this for years. We need real human you. We need your bloopers. We need your ums. We don't need you to be a perfect polished presenter. That's what we need to really connect with your audience. That is the perfect you to present. However, that message is only getting more and more current. It was important when I launched the Rebellious Business Network back in 2020. And that's what that was all about, providing a space where you could feel safe to be yourself. Take off that corporate mask and be you. Well, now that is necessary, because the human element in your content is the thing that is your asset against everything else and all the other content out there that is generated by AI or possible to be generated by AI. Standing out as you and going live and being human and fluffing live and doing the odd blooper is what we want, because that's going to show people that you're real. Also, here's what I see every week in my community and on calls with business owners is the constant treadmill of posting something on Monday and then like having the relief that, oh, today's content is done. And then putting Tuesday out of your mind. Tuesday comes around and it's like, oh, I need to post something again. Or trying to get on top of a content calendar, getting really organized, going with the content calendar for a couple of weeks and then needing to do it again and just not getting around to it because it takes flipping ages. Or realizing that 3 weeks have gone past and you haven't posted anything on social media. And look, it's really hard. It's really hard to keep up with the content treadmill. And there's so many elements to it. If you're on YouTube, there's YouTube videos. If you have a podcast, there's podcast episodes. If you have an email list, there's email broadcasts. Then you've got your Instagram account, your Facebook account, your LinkedIn account. You've got blogs, newsletters, broadcasts. Is endless. The content treadmill is trying to eat your soul, and it's working. And so this live show strategy, I'm going to show you how to just do one 30-minute session every single week. And from that, we're going to get absolutely everything you need. So you don't need to be on this content treadmill anymore. You can get that content calendar and let's rip it up and chuck it in the bucket bucket. It's not needed anymore. And that is what is great about that. But not only that, you're going to be interacting with your people live. You're going to be showing the real human side of you. And what that's going to do is connect. It's going to build you a warm and mighty audience fast. And hell, it is going to make your conversions really nice, because warm people convert better than cold people. And to make someone warm, you just need to let them grow to know you, to like you, and to trust you. And look, I know there's going to be people watching this go, oh God, can't stand her. That's fine. With all the love in the world, you go find someone you do like. I'm not here to please all the people. I'm here to please my people. I'm here so that I can go, okay, this is me. This is what I'm about. And if you like it, awesome. And if you don't, lump it. There's loads of other people out there teaching content strategies. Go and find them. It's okay. I'm not trying to please all the people all the time. And that's what you need to get into yourself as well. Because when you're really yourself, you'll draw the people that you actually just love hanging out with, because they're your kind of people anyway, closer to you. And you stop trying to please all the people that you don't even really like anyway, because they're not your cup of tea. We just got so many people available. We don't need all of them. You couldn't serve all of them anyway. So this is about being real. It's about being you. It's about being comfortable with yourself. And it's about future-proofing your business by creating a content creation strategy that isn't only smart, leverageable, going to increase your conversion rate, but it's also human and future-proof in terms of it's not just replaceable by some kind of AI, because nobody can really be you or do you like you can, right? So we're going to take that one irreplaceable asset, you, and we're going to leverage it. Cool beans. Oh, I'm excited. So what we're going to do is I am going to, in a minute, share my screen, and we're going to map out the whole strategy on a whiteboard. And then you're going to be able to apply it to your business. And that is what we're going to do. Let me just check in with my notes, and then I'm going to check in with the chat. Bear with. Okay. Now, some of you might be watching this thinking, okay, cool video content, but live? Why live? Live is scary. Live is not nice. And the thing is that you could, batch record some video content, and then you've at least got video content. I like to say there's 3 ways to do a show. There's the safe way, the scary way, and the hairy, scary, Mary way. And the safe way is the pre-record. Why is it safe? Because you can edit everything. If you say something weird, you can edit it out. If you fluff your lines, or you suddenly spit something, I don't know, anything can happen when you're live, right? Anything can happen. And so it's safe because you don't have all of that going on, and you can edit it out. And, it's okay to play it safe. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, except for the fact that you're going to cut out a load of leverage. Like, I'm here live right now. You might be watching the pre-recorded version of this, but I'm live, and I can see we've got tons of people here. I can check in and have a chat with you guys. I can see we've got Julie Smith on the live. We've got Taylor here. Taylor's saying, I can very much relate to the content treadmill. Yeah, honestly, so many people feel like that. You are not alone. Oh my gosh. I wish you were on the call with me so you could help me say your name. I'm going to give it a go. Snehashu. Love and appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here, and it's great to have you. Jack, love this idea, Cordelia. Awesome. Why do video creators from LinkedIn are not called as creators? No idea. I feel How can I do LinkedIn Live? Oh, I love this. I'm gonna explain all of this to you. This is exactly what we're doing here. So live is great because you can check in with your people. You can build those connections. They feel like they're here with you. And that's great because otherwise you're just putting content out and you're not really connecting with anyone through it in the same way. So you've got that leverage. You've also got the leverage of having that human nuance. It's okay to say the wrong word. It's okay to forget what you're saying or, just laugh at yourself. Tell people, oh God, I'm a bit nervous today. Makes you human. That makes you relatable. And the relatability lets people go, oh, she's just like me. We're quite similar. Nobody relates to the king, right? Nobody relates to the king because he just lives a completely different lifestyle. So why are we all trying to pretend that we got our shit together when really and truly we're just as human as everybody else? And so if you can show that, then you're going to be more relatable. But here's another reason why live is so flipping cool. It's the accountability. The accountability is real. If you say you're going to batch create a load of videos on a Saturday, then that Saturday comes around and it's just not a video day. Your period started, your cat puked on the carpet, one of your kids is ill, I don't know, life happened. And you just feel like, God, I am not in the mood to go record 6 videos right now. I would rather have a hole in my head. Then it could be quite easy for you to not do it. And that's fair enough. But if you've promoted that you were going to do those videos live and you had told everyone that you were going to be there and you were going to be there at 11 a.m. and you were going to deliver this topic and you feel a little bit like you don't want to, the accountability is going to stop you from stopping. Now, look, I will cancel this show if one of my kids is ill. If I need to cancel the show, I will just send a message out and cancel. But if I do that all the time, I'm going to start to show that I am an unreliable person, which is not a good image. And so that gives me a sense of accountability. No, I must show up. And what that's doing is it means I'm creating a new video every single week from this live. And that is really awesome because it's getting me so many content pieces. I'm going to walk you through the whole system soon. The next thing, of course, is we've got that connection. But the most important thing is, well, actually, no, nothing is more important than connection. See, fluff something live. That happens. It's all good. Urgency. When something is happening at a certain time, people will want to come and watch it. I guarantee, guys, drop me in the chat, those of you that are watching live, if this was a pre-recorded video, be honest, would you have found the time to click the link and actually sit and watch this? There's a reason why you're here right now, and it's because it's happening live. You don't want to miss it. So you're here with me live, which is great. And also, you've probably got some spare time on your hands, or you've decided to prioritize it over something else, or maybe you're even procrastinating. I don't know what your reasons are for being here, but you're here, right? And if this was just a pre-recorded video that I had just published, maybe you'd be watching it, but you'd also have the option to go, oh, I'll watch that later. And so with the live element, it makes people want to be part of that thing that you're doing and they want to be here live with you. And then, that's where we are now. So let me know if you resonate with that. If that is like, yeah, actually, that's true. And if you're watching on the replay, go you. I love that you're here on the replay. I am not saying that you're mental for doing that. It's just that there is something about the live that creates the urgency, that gets a chunk of people watching whilst you're live. And then you get to enhance the process and get more views later by turning it into different pieces of content and publishing it all over the place, right? And so that urgency is really nice for getting some visibility, making a bit of a buzz and connecting with your people. So let's go for it. I think that's enough preamble. Should we get into it? I'm going to just open up a Canva whiteboard that I have prepared. I've prepared in advance. And so there shouldn't be too much faffing to get this open, but just bear with me 1 second whilst I rejig the odd thing. Sorry, just checking in with the chat as well. John is saying your recording from 3 weeks ago about the AI to-do list is still on my watch later list. Yeah, but you're here live watching this one, right? So I love that. And Julie says, I'm listening now whilst I'm multitasking work you have given me to complete. Make sure, yeah. Julie's been given a list of episodes for something exciting that is launching that I probably shouldn't be announcing pre the announcement date. So anyway, right. So moving on before I ruin the world. Just going to get my notes up so I can look at them, which is always helpful. And then we're going to share a whiteboard together. Share entire screen. Share. Okay. Here we are. And then I'm just going to bring myself into the screen because it always deletes me. And we're going to need to, I think we've got remove, hide. There we go. Oh, I'm too big. Ah! There we go. And why have we got the stars in the background? Sorry, can I just sort this out? Perfectionism, but you know, hide. There we go. And I'm blurry. Why am I blurry? There we go. Right. All is in order. Okay, so your own live show is going to be split down. There are 4 stages that we need to map out before you hit live. The first one is coming up with the concept and planning the show itself. Let's just close that toolbar. There we go. Coming up with the concept and planning the show itself. The next thing is promoting the episode. This is one of the good things about going live is you get to promote the episode. Oh my God, we've got an open loop. What's the hairy, scary Mary way? The hairy, scary Mary way is that you do live webinars instead of just live streams. So you actually promote in the promotion part of it. You offer people to come on Zoom with you to watch the episode rather than just watch from social media. You would choose that way depending on what your priorities are and what you wanted to focus on, basically. And so, yeah, for the purpose of this one, we're going with the scary way, not the hairy, scary Mary way. The scary way is just doing a live stream because I think that is the right balance of leverage. But if I was wanting to build a community, and that was my focus, that I was going to use these lives to build a community, I would have people come on Zoom. And building a community is like, it's just a different strategy. What we're doing here is content creation strategy. And I'm not focusing on building a community right now, although we kind of build communities everywhere we go just by getting people to interact. Okay, so concept and planning. What's your show? Who's it for? What's the concept of your show? Promoting the episode, promoting that you're going live at a certain time, going live, the actual act of going live, and then post-production. This is where it's going to get sexy. We're going to do so much with this recording. You are going to be a happy bunny. So starting with concept and planning then. First thing we need to know who, and it's the same with all bloody marketing stuff, isn't it? Who's your ideal client? Who's your ideal watcher? Who is this show for? And we want to get specific with this. You might have a business that aims at lots of different people in different ways. Try and pick a lane. We need specificity. And the reason why we need specificity is so we can tap into emotion. If I have a product that is for parents and teachers, and I really want the show to be aimed at both of those, I need something specific that enables me to emotionally connect with them because they've got different problems. They're facing different things that are causing them different emotional problems, basically. And so what we want to do is connect with the emotion. We always want to connect with the emotion because that's what moves people. People make decisions because of emotions. They justify with logic later. And so really important that we know who we're speaking to, because if we're trying to speak to everybody, it means that we don't get specific enough and we stay too high level, and you can't tap into emotion when you're high level. And that's why people tell you to niche down. The riches are in the niches, as they say, and it's to do with marketing. And that doesn't mean that behind the scenes, when you're working with your clients or when you're doing other things, like you can't talk to other people or do other things. You're not restricting what you do. You're just creating a level of specificity on the front door so that for the window shoppers, the people going past, they can emotionally connect with you and what you're about. Once they come in, you can then show them other areas of what you do, right? Or you can have different content strategies over here that connect with other people in different ways. So for the show, we really want to get specific. It's going to be really helpful because it's going to enable you to have an anchor, and that anchor is going to enable you to connect with people on an emotional level because it's really clear. So who is this for? Who are your ideal listeners? And then the next thing is, what's the gap? So you can have a think about what are people not talking about in the space. So let's say like your ideal client is mums, right? You're a parenting coach, let's say. Is there something that you feel there's a gap on, that something missing? Or what is your take on this topic? So I'll give you an example. My who are business owners, specifically with an online business, and even more specifically, they're like solopreneurs with a service-based online business. That's my ideal person for this show. And then the gap for me, the thing that runs through is, number one, tangible, practical strategies, and number two, human over AI. Now, the reason being why I feel like this gives me an edge. That is like running through everything that I'm teaching, because I teach a lot about AI on this show and on this channel. I teach a lot about AI, how to write with AI, how to build funnels with AI, how to do this and that and blah, 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 because I use AI a lot for everything. Like, it's there, it's available, it makes life easier. Why wouldn't we use it? But what people are teaching right now is how to use AI. What people aren't teaching right now is how to use AI to elevate your humanness rather than replace it. And there are so many people out there just whitewashing their brand and running it through the debranding machine, which is ChatGPT, because they're not using it in a way that actually takes that and elevates the humanness in their brand and you know, blah, blah, blah. So my edge on tangible, practical marketing strategies and, you know, basically building a warm and mighty audience through online strategies with tech and tools and AI is teaching you human over AI. So you want to think about what's in the gap, and what's that kind of USP, if you like, unique selling point, in case you don't know what USP stands for. And what's that USP, and why is this going to be different to everything else? Because what you don't want to do is just create something that's the same. We want to figure out what your take on this topic is, and why your take makes you stand out and makes you different to how other people teach it, or you've identified there's a gap, there's something missing. So many people are talking about something in a certain way, but they're missing X, Y, or Z, and you want to cover that. So having a look at what people need, where the gap is, and what your USP is. And then also, like, we want to bring passion into this. What could you talk about all day, every day for the next year? Really and truly, and you'd still have some steam left. What could you talk about that much? Bringing that passion into things so that you know what you're going to be doing on your channel is going to be enjoyable for you. Like, that's really important. I'm saying channel a lot because we're going to use YouTube as the main place for this strategy. And the reason for that is the longevity of the content. If you go, I'm live right now on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. But YouTube is the main place because YouTube is a place where this live will live the longest. Facebook, they're going to delete it in 30 days. LinkedIn, it's going to stop pushing it after 24 hours. YouTube will still be recommending this video months, years to come, potentially. And so the shelf life is longer. And that's why it's the main area of focus for this strategy, because of that reason. So when I refer to your show, your channel, that's why I'm talking about that. So those are important things for you to think about. And then really what we want to do is come up with a concept. And that concept, if you think of a podcast, it's a bit like if you imagine a podcast, there's a concept that every single podcast has. And then off that concept, it has episodes that are all related. They all go back to the main concept. They all relate back to it. So that just like a podcast, we're going to have a concept to this show. And that concept is going to be, this is for this type of person to help them solve this problem that they have with this type of solution that I help with. So I could do for instance, a channel that's all about how to launch a live show, and it could have loads of videos about going live and all this kind of stuff. Various different ways in which you can do this. So that concept that you come up with then is essentially the anchor, the cornerstone for your live show. And then everything is going to bridge back to that. In terms of the episodes, they all need to make sense and go along with that concept. And so underneath that, we want to think about name. What's it called? What are you going to call it? That's the last thing. So many people go in wanting to name something before they've got the concept. Get the substance first, then give it style. You want to know who it's for, what it's about, what gap it's filling, what the USP is, what that positioning is. And then we go, okay, well, what do we call it? What's a name that's going to encapsulate that? And if you can't think of a name, because naming something is the most impossible task at times, it can really hold you back, and it can feel really hard. I mean, I've got 4 children, and naming them was difficult. Naming businesses is as hard. It's really tough. Like you've got to give it a name that has a meaning or has the right vibe, and that's important. But my recommendation is give it a Ronseal name first. So I really struggled with a name for this show, especially after, I'm the founder of the Rebellious Business Network. That is such a flipping cool name for so many reasons on so many levels. Now I'm like, oh my God, I set the bar high. Like I've got to come up with a great concept and a great name. So I couldn't think of anything. And in the end, clear is better than clever because people know what they're getting from it if it's clear. If it's clever, it kind of can leave you a little bit confused. And if you confuse people, you lose people. So we want to go with Ronseal as a starting point, and you can always rebrand later and do a name change. And there is a real leverage point to be had. If you change the name of something down the road, it is a real excuse to make a load of noise and have a big party and get a load of fresh visibility on your show. So there is nothing wrong with a rebrand ever, unless you're doing it every week. And then we've got inconsistency, and that's a problem. But I mean, if you go, I really want to rename it, like I've got a good idea for a name, go for it. I've renamed products so many times. One of my products was called the 10K Bootcamp. And after running it for a year or so, I was like, the name of this is so out of alignment with my values. I don't care about the 10K element. I don't want to contribute to the 6-figure coach toxicity that there is in this industry. And so I changed the name, and I put a video out that apologized to my followers and our community for ever having that name in the first place. It was a really good PR opportunity as well. So rebranding things can be really helpful. So name, if you can't think of anything, Ronseal. The name of this show, The Marketing Strategy Show. That's it. Simple. You kind of know what you're going to get. So a show where you're going to learn some marketing and some strategy. And there we have it. Happy days. Nice and Ronseal. So that is, in terms of the concept, what you need to get down. Now, the other thing that we need to plan then, I'll just make this a bit smaller, because off of this is going to come episodes. And the episodes are linked. They're linked to the concept because they are for the same audience, and they are, oh God, Cordelia, sorry, formatting troubles. They're for the same audience. They are they all link back to the concept. So I'm not going to start teaching parenting techniques on the Marketing Strategy Show. It's irrelevant. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't link to the concept. Also, it's not my thing. 4 kids, and no, I'm good. I'm not going to start teaching you about that. But anyway, the episodes are going to stem from the concept, and you want to get the first 3 down. Why 3? Because if you map too many in advance, before you've even launched the show, you're setting yourself up for potential, like, just giving yourself loads of work. Reason being is that you might decide 3 episodes in that you actually want to change direction a little bit or do a bit of tweaking. But also 3 episodes is a good start for us to get ready for the podcast and get ready for the repurposing that I'm going to walk you through in a bit. So we're going to start with 3 episodes and getting those ready. And when I say, the episodes, it's just about coming up with title. If you can just come up with these things. So like the title for the episode and also your take / the rough sketch of what that episode is about. My recommendation would be, when you're in this planning stage, you don't get AI to create that unless you have the brain bank that I've talked about on another episode. And the brain bank is where you're building an AI brain of all of your knowledge. So every single transcript of the marketing strategy show goes into my brain bank. And then I've got an AI agent that is basically understanding and learning, like, my perspective, my view on things, what I stand for, what I believe in, what I love, what I hate, and what I know, and all those things. And so it's quite simple for me to run something through that brain bank now and say, like, what would Cordelia's take be on blogging? Broad. But if you're at the beginning and you haven't built a brain bank or whatever, the worst thing you could do, I was talking to a client about this last night. She was getting her take and her rough sketch about what was coming up. And, naturally, like we all do these days, she just put her thoughts into ChatGPT, and then she gave me the take and the rough sketch, which was the output from ChatGPT. But what that's going to do is it's going to accidentally steamroll your humanness out of that bit. We want a high quality human input somewhere in a pipeline. And so with this pipeline that we're going through now, this is going to become more clear as we move forward, because we're obviously only at the very beginning and planning. But if we have that high quality human input at this point, it's going to be easy for us to get really high quality AI output down the road. So have a voice note of what you want to talk about on this episode. Or what, if your title is the top 5 ways to, why did my brain go to grooming cats? Do people even groom cats? Is that even a thing? I have a dog. I'm a dog person. And that's a completely random niche. The top 5 ways to prepare for a live show. Terrible title. If that was my title, I then want to go, okay, what do I believe about this? What's my thought process on this? What do I want to teach? What do I want people to know? And I'm just going to voice note into something that can transcribe. So I might press the voice button on ChatGPT so that I can transcribe my voice, or I might speak into Otter or something that can transcribe my voice. But then I'm going to copy my transcription and I'm going to put that in an Airtable or a spreadsheet or whatever, along with my working title. And I'm going to come back to it later to tighten it up and prepare it for becoming actual content. But that's going to give me a high quality human input. So I've got a bit of opinion. I've got a bit of, like, this is what I believe about this. This is what I care about. This is what I think about this, that I then put into AI later, rather than an AI prepared topic. Because it's very easy to go, I want to do a session on XYZ. Give me the rough sketch for that episode. And then AI is going to give you an AI generated rough sketch for the episode, but it's not had your human input put into it in the first place. And therefore it's going to be a bit soulless. It's going to be a bit AI. It's not going to be opinionated. And opinionated is what we're going for. When I say highly human input, I used to say high quality input, but now I say highly human input, because that's the quality that I want. It's just a bit more specific. We want a highly human input. And what makes it human? The nuance is opinion. It's what you think about it, what your stand is on it, what your take is on it. Okay, so we're going to get the episodes. We've got the title. We've got your take and your rough sketch on that. And then that is like the most work that you need to do for this. The next thing is that we're going to get AI to generate all the bits that you need. Like you can totally do that because you've got this highly human input. It's going to enable you to get a really high quality point in the next step. Without going into the detail on how you generate all this stuff, I just want to give you the high level of it all so that you understand the process. So we've got the episode. We know what we're going to do. We've set the date. It's one thing we haven't spoken about here. Let's set the date. Let's put that here. We're going to have episode, and then we've got date. When's the first one going to be? Now, I like to look at this in terms of like when we think about this, we can give yourself a bit of a runway. I would say set it for 2 weeks in the future. Doesn't need to be any more than that. You're only going to promote it 24 hours before it happens. You might do a tease like 3 days before you do promote the first one, but you're going to promote it 24 hours before it happens. Why? It's just a live stream. There's no point promoting it a week before. If you were doing the Harry Scary Mary way and you were getting people there on Zoom, you would want to promote it for probably 5 days so that you get people signing up for it over the course of a few days and you do sort of a big promotional push. But it's just a live stream. There's low barrier to entry. And people like, what do you want? What do you want me to do? Like, put a live stream in my calendar? It's not going to happen. So just 24 hours before, we're like, hey, I'm going live tomorrow, 11 a.m. And as an example, guys, we've got 14 people on this live stream. If I did this spontaneously and I didn't promote it, we would not have 14 people on this live stream. We've got 14 people on this live stream because I promoted it 24 hours before it's gone live, right? And if you're watching on YouTube, yes, this is a live stream that we then repurpose exactly using the method that I'm teaching you here on this episode. So promotion then. For the very first time that you do this, we can have a pre-promotion tease. Pre-promo tease. Pre-promo tease. And the pre-promo tease is something like you're going to put a post out that's like, I'm going to be doing something new soon. I've been working on something big. I can't tell you what it is yet because I'm not ready to announce it, but just know it's coming soon. Your audience love an announcement and something new and something fresh. Even if your audience is just 5 people, they're going to love that. Okay. Don't go, oh, I haven't got an audience. You do. You've got an audience. Absolutely. And if you've got thousands of people in your audience, even better. Like this is going to just create a bit of a buzz so that when you do announce, I'm starting a new live show, like that's a big deal. That is a big deal. That is exciting. Like, hey, Oprah, So look, you're starting your new live show and you can announce it. And then after that, when we get into what I call a promo routine, you're just going to be announcing the next episode like 24 hours before you go live. It doesn't need to be any more than that. So pre-promo tease and then leading into announce, show, and first episode. And then in terms of that was supposed to be a plus button. Hold please caller. There we go. And then beyond that, in terms of the promotion, when we're now getting into the promo routine, we're doing we're doing the what's on promo. So let's say your show is Tuesday at 11 a.m. like this one. Don't choose that time or you'll never be able to come to the show live ever again. So any time but that, obviously. But Tuesday at 11 a.m. and I put the promo out Monday morning. Doesn't really matter what time. If it's scheduled and I've been super organized, actually I say can we all give a shout out to Jennifer, who is in charge of promoting the show now? Now this is systemized. Jennifer is in charge of promoting it. Once you systemize a process, you can hand it to someone else to do it for you. And that just makes life so much easier. But obviously you can't hand over chaos to someone. So having a system enables you to hand it over. So what's on is the day before. So Jennifer's organized and that's just scheduled for Monday morning, 8 a.m. If I haven't got round to doing it, it'll just be Monday when I get round to doing it, but it's just the day before. And then we have the next day, we're going live in 15 minutes. Oh, and I forget, people love details. So let's be a bit more detailed. We've got, why is that like unclickable? This can go out on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram as a post. It can go in stories. Oh, it can go out as a YouTube post. Oh, bummer. Move you down there. And if you've got an email list, which would be really amazing because email is the best way to get visibility, you can send it out as an email broadcast. There's your nurture content for your email list every week. You don't need to create anything else. You don't need to be sending out a boring newsletter that informs people about some facts. You've got this amazing live show that you can tell people about, invite people to, send the replay of. And that's a really, really lovely way to keep your email list engaged. And it builds a strong relationship with them because there's nothing more relationship building than live video, you know? So that's really cool. And then we've got the live in 15 minutes post. That is going to be all the same places. Basically, you're going to send that all the same places. And then in terms of going live, I use Restream. Love Restream. Reason being is I can do cool things on Restream, like show things on the screen. And I just really like the way it looks. I used to go live from Zoom and it just looks rubbish compared to Restream. I really like it. Restream do a free version and you can go live to 2 places, I believe, on the free version. You have the Restream watermark, but apart from that, it's all right. I've got a client that goes live on Restream on the free version and it's great. So you can also use, what's the one? Stream Duck. Oh no, StreamYard. It's got a duck as a logo. That'll do. You could use that if you've got streaming software. Anyone will do. You can just do live on Facebook or live on LinkedIn or live on YouTube, but that's just one place. Whereas if you use Restream, you can go live everywhere. And what's really nice about that is on promotion, when you create your promo post and then you put that out everywhere, we've got the problem of a call to action. And the problem with the call to action is that if you put a YouTube link on Facebook, they won't push the post as much as if you put a Facebook link on Facebook. So you could create in Restream the live events. You schedule your Restream and it just goes and creates an event on LinkedIn, an event on Facebook, and a scheduled YouTube video. And what's nice about that is you can then direct people on Facebook to the Facebook event, which is then going to be linked to the live. So you're keeping it all in the platform, which means that it's likely to get more views than if you put a YouTube link, which is taking people off the platform. It is not in Meta's best interest to push a post that's taking people away from Facebook. Like, why would they do that? Their whole objective is to keep you on the platform for as long as possible, so you see as many ads as possible, so they generate enough money as possible, as much money as possible. So why would they push your post that's got a YouTube link on it? If it suddenly got thousands of views, there'll be thousands of people leaving the platform. So we want to keep things on the platform as much as possible. Either get people to DM you for the link or put the link in the comments. But I still think a link in the comment is detectable by the algorithm, which is actually quite smart. You can't outsmart the algorithm. So it's much better to have it linking to the Facebook event, which is then linking to the YouTube. If you're feeling lazy, just put the YouTube link in, but like I did this morning, but you'll just, it's not going to go anywhere. So going live from Restream to all these places, my top picks are YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. You can also do Instagram. If Instagram's a main platform for you, Instagram works. There's a little bit of extra setup with an Instagram live. You have to go in before every single live and set it up on Instagram. Whereas with all the others, you can set this up a week in advance and forget it. Just set and forget. And then when you hit the go live button, it's all there and ready to go. Now, for my clients, what I like to, and the way that I get prepared for the live itself is I've got my take and my rough sketch. And I've also got my promo materials that I've created to push out on socials. And then what I like to create for myself is speaker notes and a cold open. Now, the cold open is the bit that's scripted that I say at the start. I've probably got them open. Where is it? I think it's open on the other screen. Let me bring them over so you can just see an example of speaker notes. And I actually just get Claude to create these for me based on like what my episode is going to be about, my rough sketch and all the rest of it. And then I'm like, Claude, can you make me some speaker notes? And it makes me, I also already have I need to like create an extra screen. Bear with me. Where's the plus button? Here. Right. Here's an example of some speaker notes that you could create that just support you with going live. So you heard me say this at the beginning of this video. Hey, I'm Cordelia Kate, and today I'm going to make a case that might annoy some people. I read that out loud. And there's my kind of script. And I've got these notes then that just support me through that live that I can read. And so for my clients, what I do is I create this for them. And this cold open is written in a way that is going to hook people into watching the video, which is really important. That's why we script that first bit rather than start with, hey, welcome to the live stream. I'm Cordelia. It's great to have you here. Who's watching? Give me a hashtag replay. Like, boring. So we want to hook people in so that they know what they're going to get out of the video. And then the other thing I do, which is bloody an amazing tip, prepare yourself for this incredible tip, is I open up, I've got Notebook LM. So if you have a Google account, you'll have Notebook LM already. You just need to go to it and log into it. And I put my speaker notes into Notebook LM. And what I do is I then generate and explain a video that I watch which is just 5 minutes long, that walks me through everything that I'm about to talk about, which is really cool. It's just all I've put in here is pasted my speaker notes and then it's generated explain a video for me. It can also generate slides. So I've got slides here generated, and this is really a very good speaker prep tool for public speaking. Like, it's just so good. You put your speech in here that you want to prepare for, and then you've got tools in here that enable you to practice and prep for that upcoming talk that you've got. You've got visuals. Once you see your talk in visuals, it's just easier for you to remember certain points. And then also you can hear someone else talking about your topic, which is nice because, you know, it's just nice. It's just nice to hear someone else talking about your topic so that you can then listen to that. And it might give you a new analogy or a new way of saying things that you wouldn't have thought of. And it also just enables you to sort of remember. But this is a really great educational tool, Notebook LM. You can create mind maps, you can create quizzes. It's a great revision tool, but it's perfect for public speaking because it just helps you prep for that talk that you've got. And so I'm doing this every single week. You know, I've got a new topic that I'm delivering every single week. And so I need an easy, a quick, fast, dirty way for me to get prepped for that because I haven't got all the hours in the day. I've got 4 children, I've got clients, I've got 2 businesses, I've got a business partner, I've got a husband, I've got all the things that need attention. And so I don't have loads and loads of time. And I know that's the same for you as well. You know, running a live show every week should make your life easier, not harder. Yeah, there are all these bits that you have to generate. You've got to create the promo materials, but it's about systemizing. I do all of this on Airtable, and I get, you know, I've got prompts that then generate the things that I need. And so it just simplifies everything. Once you've got that system in place, it's just the only thing you need to do every week is show up with a new episode. So we go live. We prep for the live by practicing that cold open, by having a read of those speaker notes that you've generated for yourself. And then once you've been live, you've now got this amazing resource that you can use for so many different things. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what just link that to there. Just make me happy if that links to there. I am turning this live. I'm editing it, or I haven't edited it that does this. Go away. Right. We've got edit the video. And then that video turns into a polished YouTube video. And that means I'm getting double the YouTube videos out of one video because the title for the live stream is different to the title for the YouTube video. It's the same content, but it's wrapped up in a different package. Reason being, different audiences. This title here that I'm using on the live stream is for you guys who are watching on the live stream. You already know me. You're already connected to me somehow. And so you're a warmer audience and you're choosing to watch this because I've advertised it or you've stumbled across it. Whereas the YouTube video, it's more SEO. It's more aimed at SEO and AIO. It's for people that are searching for answers to a problem. And so it's framed in a different way. And by having a different YouTube title to the live title means it doesn't matter what happens on the live. You could go live and end up talking about a completely different subject because you just ended up in a rabbit hole and it took you over there. It's still great content. So you just get the transcript of the video and you then generate from that transcript a new title and a new description and a new new title and a new description for YouTube video. Also, if your content and you want to weave this into your strategy, you could then put that out as a podcast. We're talking Spotify, Apple, etc. And then you've got your own podcast show that's taken from this live content. Now, I'm personally not doing this because what I'm doing is quite tutorial based and there's a lot of screen sharing. But, you know, the podcasting world it's becoming live video. Like it was audio, then it became video, and it's becoming live video. Live podcasting is now an emerging thing. YouTube has taken over Google podcasting, and Apple has just released video. They were the last one to do it. Spotify's had video for ages. Apple have just released video for podcasting. YouTube obviously has video for podcasting because, you know, it's YouTube. And then the next thing that's coming is scheduled live slots. We are heading towards having your own live TV show, essentially. That's what it is. And so video content is very relevant for podcast. And it's only going to become more relevant for podcasts. And it's another way in which your people can consume your content on the go. It's putting your content in a place where your audience have habits and routines so that you can fit into their way of consuming content in another format, essentially. So it's a very smart thing to do. My recommendation for this is that we wait until you've got 3 episodes, and then we launch a podcast with a launch strategy to get a load of subscribers already listening from the word go. Like, let's leverage that. You don't do it all at the same time. We get the YouTube videos generating first. And then when we've got 3 saved up, we put them on podcasts and we go, guys, I just launched my new podcast. The Marketing Strategy Show's on Spotify. And everyone goes, yay. And then, and then we have a launch party for it and a competition or something that gets a load of people registering for it. And that's just going to be really, really good for your visibility and for creating a buzz around that. So that's the long form. But then we also have short form, which is obviously your reels and shorts that you're then going to post on TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you are posting short form content. And you need to be creating short form content because people are consuming that the most out of all content. The long form is brilliant and great to have. The short form is necessary in this day and age because every platform is pushing short form content. But custom creating reels takes flipping time. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't have time to sit and custom create a load of bloody reels. I just don't have time for it. I love doing it, but it takes ages. You know, I'm recording all these clips and then I've got to edit them and put them all together and put captions on it and I haven't got time for that. I really don't. And so how will happen is it won't happen at all. Like it just won't happen. And then I'm not creating any content. And that's a shame because I'm missing an opportunity and I'm not being discovered, which is not good for business. So having this show episode that you can then repurpose into reels is really helpful because it enables you to get more out of one thing that you're doing and also means that you are meeting that reels target of actually having short form content. So that's really cool. And then the other thing that you can do is you can get text content. I'm talking like carousel post with like a static, with a static image of you with a bit of text over the top, over like 5 carousels. So easy to create that. Or you've got quote posts. And this is all very well, but what we really need to sit back now and think about is, okay, great. We've got a great content engine. We're getting text content, we're getting short form content, we're getting long form content. We've got podcasts, we've got YouTube, we've got live. We're ticking all the boxes here for visibility on every platform. But this needs to be part of not just content. This needs to be part of a funnel. And so the thing that we need to think about now is, how do we use this to now get people into the first step in your funnel? The first step in your funnel. What is that? What is that step? We want to get people on your email list or get people on a sales call. And this is the strategizing part. Oh God, Cordelia, what are you just... Oh, it's because it's locked. Bear with. Got a formatting issue, ladies and gentlemen, live on the Marketing Strategy Show. You saw it here first. Okay, so funnel. This needs to be a funnel. And what do I mean by a funnel? You're moving people through a process. This isn't just you putting content out, because that's nice, but it's not putting money in your bank. And I'm sorry, but you're running a business. You need to be putting money in your bank to keep your business afloat. And so this needs to lead into that. Otherwise, what's the point? Otherwise, you're just going to become an influencer. But even if you're an influencer, you've got to have a strategy for the money. Otherwise, like, what's the point? You mean an influencer that's just influencing people, but there's opportunities everywhere. So we want to basically make sure that this is a funnel. So we go, we are capturing interest and awareness. Sorry, it's awareness and then interest. We're creating awareness. We're capturing interest. And the next thing we want is commitment. Now, commitment starts with something small and leads to something high. Can't spell. Commitment. Okay, so low commitment, as an example, is freebie or low ticket. High commitment is client. And this is the most important thing to understand when it comes to marketing. The purpose of marketing is taking someone from, I don't know you, I don't like you, I don't trust you, I might be aware of my problem, I'm not aware that you're the solution to my problem, over to, I know you, I like you, I trust you, I'm aware of my problem, I'm aware that you're the solution to my problem. We want to sell to those people, the warm people, the hot people. It's going to be so much easier than trying to sell to the cold people. And so all of your marketing, the whole point of this content, the whole point of all the work that you're doing on social media with putting content out there, it is to build that relationship. It's the gap in between those two things. It's the part that warms them up. And that is called building a relationship, because a relationship is built out of trust, and people are not going to commit to you until they feel they trust you. Even giving you their name and email address, you're like, oh, that's a bit scammy. I don't trust them. I don't think that they're going to, So we want low commitment first and then high commitment. And you can go straight into high commitment, but the people have to be hot. They have to be warm or hot. And if they're not, it's going to be really hard to make any sales. You can also sell directly on your YouTube. I mean, I've been selling a £147 product directly from a YouTube video, directly into sale, and also low ticket offers that are like 5, 7, 8 quid off of YouTube videos consistently week on week, week by week. Or is it week by week or week on week? I don't know. Every week is what I'm trying to say. So you can do that, but this is more the low commitment. And if you're constantly trying to get high commitment and you're missing out the low commitment, what you're going to do is you're going to skip out that warming up phase that would have happened if you'd have allowed it. Because we want the low commitment, what it does is it builds more of a relationship. So if someone comes in and gets a low ticket offer of mine and then goes, oh, that was really helpful, they now trust me a little bit more. You know what I mean? So we're taking a step towards the higher commitment. And so we want to think then, off the back of these videos, what could you be promoting? Now, I'm going to do a live demonstration of this right now because this is part of my strategy and part of what I do. And that is the fact that off the back of today's episode, I have put together a full, hang on, let me stop sharing a minute. How do I stop sharing? I love this. I'm like, I'm going to do a live demonstration. And then she has a tech issue. Here we go. Stop sharing. Found the button. Okay. So off the back of every single episode of this show, I put together a step-by-step guide that enables you to implement what you've just seen so much easier. Because the truth is, there are so many times when we watch a video and we get an idea and maybe we write notes and we go, oh, that was great. I'm going to do that later. And we put that notebook down and then we might come back to it and we go, oh yeah, where were the notes that I wrote? Or what was the video? And you can't find the video and you can't read your notes or find your notes, and it's all just a bit too much. And so it never actually happens. And look, we've had a few people that have been on this live from start to finish. I want you to implement this. If you feel inspired to have your own live show, I want you to actually implement it, or implement at least part of this strategy so that it has the impact on your business that I know that it can have. And so I have put together a step-by-step guide that walks you through the entire strategy. It gives you the map, it gives you the explainers, it gives you everything so that you can implement the whole thing from start to finish DIY. And that is inside the school community, which you can find on, it's Cordelia Kate /school. I'm just going to grab it. CordeliaKate.com/school. Now, that community has, I'm happy to show you, I think you can see this tab. Yeah. So this community, I'm just going to check that I'm sharing the right thing. Inside this community, if you go to the classroom, a lot of you are already here. If you go to the classroom and you click on this, you will see every single episode that I have done on this show is here, and every single one of them has a downloadable resource so you can follow and implement the strategy really simply. Every ChatGPT prompt or AI prompt, every step all laid out. And today's resource is going to be that you are going to get the full strategy laid out so that you can model it. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't want to do this DIY, there's a lot of moving parts there. You'd like to just have it done for you. You want the whole strategy mapped out so that you can know what the highest possible leverage way of running this strategy can be for your business, and how it can lead into sales, and how it can work really well in terms of using the right platforms and promoting it in the right way, and the concept mapped out and all the rest of it. I have a live show vision call that will spend 90 minutes mapping that whole thing out together. So, and at the end of it, I will then go away and then I will come back to you with a visual map and an explainer of every single step and stage of your live show strategy so that you can then go and build it. If you want me to build it for you, actually, I have an agency that has been launched this year, which is super exciting, where I do the whole thing for you. And every week I go, hey, here's your coffee and here is what you are doing on your live show this week. And you just show up, do the hour we've got a whole research machine that researches the best videos for you and that you should be doing based on what you know, and everything is done. And then you basically choose which episodes you want to run out of the things that I share with you, and then you select those, and then basically I create all the promo materials, the live stream, I'm on it with you, I run the call, everything, and it's all done from wall to wall. All you have to do is show up, and all the content is turned into everything else, and the top of funnel stuff is done. I'm not offering you that today, I'm sorry, but it's full right now. I've got a space or two coming up. So if you want to talk to me about that, we can. But what I do have coming up is some spaces for some live show vision calls where we can map out your entire show, which would be the first step of us working together on a show build anyway. But if you would like to just be able to have that whole map so that you can have it related to your own business, then all you need to do is register your interest on the link that Jennifer has dropped in the chat. It's the cordeliakate.com/interested. On that link, this one, cordeliakate.com/interested. And what that will do is just pop your name down to say that you're interested in a vision call. And when I've got those spaces open, because they are opening up in a few days, I'll be ringing you to get you booked in. And then we can do a vision call, or I can answer any questions you've got about the vision call. So that is what I've got for you if you want some support with implementing this strategy, which is big. But once you've got the system in place, once you've got all the steps down, and all the system is there to support you, all you have to do, and imagine this, all you have to do is show up like I'm doing right now, once a week, create some content. And then off the back of that, what that's going to do is create your reels, your posts, your blogs, your quote posts, your carousels, all of it, absolutely everything. It's going to nurture your email list, and it's going to bring you sales, because it's going to warm up your audience, build a relationship with them, and it's also going to give them a way and a means to come into your world and buy your stuff. So that is, let me know what you think about this strategy. Would love to hear from you guys. I can see we've got some great feedback, great information provided. I hope that helps with you wanting to do your live stream on LinkedIn. Cool, guys. Let me know if you've got any questions, because I would love. Sam's watching live and getting a tattoo done at the same time. Oh, you legend. That's so cool. Oh, I just clicked that by accident. People will forget what you said, but not how you made them feel. I love that phrase, but now I'm realizing how much it applies to going live and just facing the fear. Taylor, I love that. I love that. Is that Simon Sinek? Simon Sinek's all like, people who believe in what you believe will work for you for blood, sweat, and tears. And people that don't believe what you believe will work for you for money. And that applies to building a community, building a following, and showing up. You've got to share what you believe, wear what you believe on your sleeve, is what I say, because it enables you to really build a following of people that are like, yeah, she gets me, I get her. Like, it's just really good. It's really, really good. Cool. Julie says it sounds amazing. Julie would know. Really excited for what we're about to announce, Julie. Cool beans. So there we have it. Your live show strategy, the only content strategy you need. That's it. That's all you need. And if you want your live show mapped out in 90 minutes, I say 90 minutes, it'll take as long as it takes. If it takes longer than 90 minutes, we book in extra time. I'm all about project-based work. What I want to do is get you a great outcome, not give you some good minutes. The time isn't the issue. The time is just the rough container. What we're going to do is come up with a concept and come up with a strategy that maps start to finish your concept to people getting into sales calls with you, basically, and everything in between. So register, and we can have a chat about having a vision call. If you want to book one of those in, we will do that. But yeah, I hope that has been helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. I will be here to answer them. So just wherever you are watching, wherever you're watching, she said it 5 times, wherever you're watching, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I wish you all the best of luck in your business. And if you want to launch your own live show,